stuff has happened in the last few days since we've done this here with Jared. And then we got to talk about this Bo Bichette news was dropped today, and then Kyle Tucker last night, and then Ranger Suarez also, who we were talking about on our last show. So three big free agents have signed. And I think when you look at the one that impacts the Yankees the most, it's probably Kyle Tucker, I guess, because they probably weren't going to get Bo Bichette realistically. Tucker takes a record setting deal for AAV for 57, present day value 60 total, even more than what Juan Soto got last year, even though it's only 4 years. And then the Dodgers, of course, swoop in. I had heard some stuff he didn't really want to play for Toronto. I guess that checks out because they probably had a higher offer out there for
Yeah.
him. I guess he wasn't interested. The Mets were close to what the Dodgers were, and apparently there was none deferred, but he still took the Dodgers offer. I think they were like at 4 for 220.
Yeah, they were at 220.
So the Mets kind of made a surprise push here, and then the Dodgers come in late and take it from them after getting Diaz from the Mets too. So like the
Yeah,
Dodgers have had another big off season, and it seems to be very tough to find a team that's going to stop them from three-peating.
I mean, yeah, they, I saw something they spent like 2 billion or $3 billion over the last three off seasons, and that's gonna make your team significantly better.
Yeah, they've been spending a bunch of crazy money. I'm not really sure what else to say. They're obviously the favorites by a wide margin again to win the World Series, so we'll see if that holds up. Tucker's free agency was very mysterious. His market kind of cratered in a sense. Yeah, the Mets do have a lot of infielders, Chris. We'll definitely talk about that. That's next on the agenda here. With Bichette and the Mets, it makes the Simeon signing make no sense. Yeah, it is an odd one now. I was thinking about that too.
I saw some reports that Brett Beatty is gonna get some reps at left field this season.
Yeah, I saw they want to move a lot of people around. The only thing is, I would argue, is that Bo Bichette is not really a third baseman. If you were going to play him anywhere, you
Right.
probably want to put him at second base.
Yep.
So that's definitely a problem.
That arm
Uh,
is definitely gonna be a problem.
we'll
He
definitely get to him for sure. Because, like, I guess we could just do it all at the same time because they did want Tucker and they pivoted to Bichette. So the Mets have had a very interesting off season. Their payroll's actually like I think close to what it was last year now with all the extra stuff they've added, but it seems like it's a very different team, which could be good and bad. But we'll see how that looks. Were you surprised he picked the Mets? I mean, I heard some stuff late that the
yeah.
Mets were involved, but then it kind of
I
all just
mean,
happened overnight. Like, it's not even overnight during the day. It was a
yeah.
three for 126.
From what I saw, Bo Bichette had a deal done and closed with the Phillies last night for 200 million dollars, and then the Mets swooped in today and high AAV, shorter term deal. I mean, that's been the tell of the offseason so far for these free agents, big time free agents too. I mean, saw Kyle Tucker go for 4 for 240, and that's just insane from what predictions were made for his market. Well, what it was going to be. People thought he was going to get 10 years. I mean, people thought he was going to be locked up long term, but he goes the short term route and chases a ring, which probably a lot of players want to do.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And the Mets are like their picture definitely looks pretty weird. For the Dodgers, it's a very clean fit. They need an extra outfielder, now they have it. They just continue to load the deck, like I said, with getting Edwin Diaz and stuff. Those big too.
Yeah, and
Um, but
something that I feel like is not talked a lot and should be talked more. Mookie Betts didn't play well last season. Mookie Betts had his worst season of his career last year. He could. It's Mookie Betts. He could definitely bounce back, and the Dodgers lineup is just going to be even more powerful.
yeah, that's a good point. He did not play well, and they still and they still ended up doing what they had to do. So it's definitely a problem for the rest of the league. Again, obviously, like his Dodgers team is a juggernaut, and they continue to be one with no signs of slowing down. And you wonder how this will affect things next year, which we won't touch on that much right now heading into the lockout. But it doesn't. It's not going to help anything probably. So let's go to the Mets because we kind of know what the Dodgers deal is at this point. So the Mets, like, it is an interesting fit, like Chris said. It is very clunky. It makes the Simeon signing make no sense. Yeah, like if you did this backwards, it might make more sense. Like if you had Nemo still, you had Simeon. I mean, no, you had Polanco, I guess, to play some sort of makeshift first. You
Yeah.
would have Bichette to play second, and then Simeon would be on the Rangers, and Nemo would still be in left field. But
Hmm.
they didn't do it that way, obviously. Um, they do have way too many infielders. I think it is going to lead to Brett Beatty getting some outfield work, like you said, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because I actually think he's a very good defensive third baseman.
Yeah, he is. But
And then Mark
Mar-
Vientos,
obviously, Mark Vientos can't go to left field.
no, or is he going to get traded? You wonder
Yeah.
because he really can't play the outfield at all. Vientos,
Hmm.
so there's a lot of pieces in the puzzle there. I guess what they're going to try to do is I'm going to like theorize this a little bit. Um, I'll say that, and we'll get to Austin Hayes. There's a reason why he's in the rundown because I think he might be a fallback for either team now. So we'll get to more notes on Tucker and stuff like that too, and Bichette, and then Zach Gallen because he's one of the free agent pitchers we didn't talk about yet, and he's probably the second best arm out there since Ranger Suarez signed. So so we go through the situation with Bichette and the Mets. It's like I would probably say Bichette at third base, not a great spot for him, like we said, but they'll try it. Shortstop will be Lindor. Is Acuna tradable? Yeah, probably. I guess he's an
Definitely.
option too, and he's playing well in the Winter League of it as well, so that'll help a little bit. I think they might have to trade even two people because like it's a lot of people. They don't have any outfielders though. Really, that's the thing. But
Yeah, I could still see them getting Jaron Duran from Boston.
yeah, so like here's how I think it will go. We'll go Bichette to third base, like we said. They'll do Polanco at first, I guess. And they'll have Simeon at second, Lindor at short, Brett Beatty in left field, maybe,
Yeah.
like Carson Bench or Tyrone Taylor in center. And then they'll have Juan Soto in right. Vientos maybe DH is in that mix if I'm not missing a player somewhere. And then the catcher would be Francisco Alvarez and a lot of guys like Acuna is tradable in this scenario.
Hmm.
Mark Vientos is tradable in this scenario. Either is Brett Beatty or Mauricio is all tradable in this
Yeah.
scenario. The only guys they really don't want to trade at all are like Carson Bench and Nolan McLean.
Yeah. And Tong.
Yeah, they probably
Tong.
don't want to trade him
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
I mean, they have a ton of young talent, and they could definitely go crazy on the trade market if they really wanted to.
Yeah, they haven't done it yet, but they might
Hmm.
have to because their offense looks very clunky right now. They
Yeah.
might have to get rid of some of that for an outfielder and like some pitching or something. It's just
Hmm.
definitely way too many infielders. I don't know how all those options look. Like some people are gonna have to go to AAA if they have options too. Obviously, I'm trying to think if Acuna or Mauricio does. I don't know if Beatty does anymore. His are running low, I think. Vientos might. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
it's a messy situation over there.
Mhm. I wonder how they're gonna prioritize that infield because we all know David Stearns. He loves his defense,
Yeah,
and Bo Bichette
which
could definitely be an awful third baseman, but he can
yeah.
definitely be a good third baseman too. We really never know with these switches.
I don't know. The only thing is, I heard his off his arm's an issue with shortstop. How's like
Yeah.
not going to be an issue with third base? Like I did
Yeah.
see some stuff saying the arm was getting worse, but
Hmm.
maybe his fielding at range could at least be better at third base. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how that goes. But did anyone ask any questions? No, not yet. You did the quote tweet though, so thank you for that. But
Hmm.
let me see. I'll see like live now. Ask questions. But all right. So let's go over this rundown a little bit. We have the situation with Tucker. It's like we said, 4 for 240, 57 million present, 60 current belt total for how it's being deferred. There's 30 million out of the 240 deferred. Since 2021, Tucker has a 277 batting average, 365 on base, and a 514 slug, which is good for 879 OPS around somewhere in that ballpark. It's 11th in that time stretch. Then he has a WRC plus of 143, which is 10th. His homers 134 or 23rd. RBIs 143 or 18th. Walks 335 is 19th. He's had offensive baseball savant metric under 50 percentile only 3 times. The Dodgers, coming off of repeating World Series champions, have got out and added the best closer in the sport, like Diaz, like we said before, and the top 10 to 15 hitter like Tucker. Um, he's no middle order to bat either. They added their second best hitter to go along with Shohei Betts, Freddie Teoscar, and Will Smith, and he's going to hit third. So he's a new middle of the order bat. He can hit third with Will Smith four, and like Freeman five, or Betts two, or Otani one, something like that. This is like to paint the absolute powers on him even nicer. In each of these players' last best season, according to WAR, their WAR is combined for 46.4. Divide that by 9 spot, you have 5.1 per player. One more is worth around 9.5 million, so his contract's worth about 6.3 WAR per season. And Kyle Tucker has yet to do that in his career, so we'll have to see if he can do that now that the Dodgers have signed him.
Hmm.
But
And
what's
you
up?
know, with how good his bat has been throughout his career, it's very underrated how good his defense has been. In 2022, he had a 4 outs above average, 8 FRV, and 15 DRS. I mean, since the 2022 season, he has yet to replicate that type of defensive output, but he's also been injured in a lot of those seasons. I'm pretty sure he had a wrist injury in 2024, and last year he obviously had that injury that he played through, and it really kept it. I think he had his worst defensive season
Yes,
last year,
Kyle Tucker
and
was not good on defense last year. No.
yeah, and you know, to go with a healthy off season, to go into the off season healthy is very good for these guys, so they can ramp up and get ready for the season on time and on schedule. And I think Kyle Tucker could go back to that Gold Glove level defense that we saw in 2022.
Yeah, and it's also tough to play at Wrigley, so I think he'll have a better time
Hmm.
at Dodger Stadium. Like we pointed out with this lineup, maybe he will reach that 6 WAR potential playing with all these good players. Like he did have a lot of good players with Houston too. He just didn't really play 162 that much with the
Hmm.
Astros either, so it's another thing he's gonna have to work on. But yeah, like we keep saying, the rich get richer with the Dodgers. Tucker, Diaz, like it doesn't stop for them.
Yeah,
They just continue, and then like the Yankees don't do enough to even come close to being anywhere near that at this moment in time. So
yeah,
they are a long way away, but we'll get to them towards the end of the show, or like if any questions come in, because it's not really much that they're doing still. I mean, can't talk
yeah.
about Ryan Weathers that much, although he
Mm,
did have his introductory press conference, and he does seem very excited to be a Yankee, I will say, which is cool.
hmm.
And like we said, his father pitched on the 96 and 97 team, actually played some playoff games too. So that's a fun fact, and hopefully he can stay healthy. But even
Yeah,
if he does, they still have way more work to do. Like even
100%.
if he ends up being like what they hope he can be, they still are a long way off from where they
Hmm.
need to be. Unfortunately,
Ryan Weathers is a very good player, and he could be a very good player, but he's not going to be a needle mover in
no,
this.
not in terms of
Not
like
at
what
all.
we're talking about. Like he could help close the gap in certain areas and help them with
Yeah.
depth. Like we said, we feel better with him pitching in the Arbo, but you have to keep him healthy too, and he hasn't really stayed healthy either. That's
Hmm.
another thing. But even if he does, like it's really an offensive thing. The Yankees got to get more bats. They still running back the same offense, even they do get Bellinger, which we'll get to. But we'll go back to Bichette for a little bit. So for Bichette, like it's a 3 for 126, no deferrals, all straight up. And since 2021, he has a 292 average, which is probably among the highest during that time, I would imagine, since no one hits for average anymore. He has a 795 OPS, which is with a 460 on base. I mean, 460 slug, 335 on base. So like 121 WRC plus with 95 bombs in this time, and almost 400 RBI, seven short of that. So he's got great bat to ball, obviously with nice pop. Defense is not great, and he is not going to be a shortstop with the Mets. He'll be at third base. I thought he would have been a better second baseman personally, but they decided to put him at third because Simeon's a Gold Glove second baseman. So this is going to be a very clunky fit.
You, you know
He was willing to do it. Go ahead.
you know baseball is ruined when somebody with a 800 OPS, under 800 OPS, and horrible defense gets $42 million a year.
Yeah. Did someone put that in the comments? It's pretty funny
No, I just said that.
because he was under 800 in that time stretch. Yes, but he's had some good seasons though. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's a good average hitter. Not
Hmm.
really an on base guy, unfortunately. I mean, he still has good pop. He just doesn't take his walks. Like that's really the issue.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean because that's a lot
Hmm.
of money for a guy under 800 OPS and bad defense. But
Yeah.
I think he also got that because it was only a 3 year deal opposed to like the longer
Yeah.
commitment that he wanted. But it's still a crazy deal for the Mets to pay for a guy who's never played that position before.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good player. He changes the game on his offensive side. He's a very clutch player. He led the league in batting average with runners in scoring possession last year. He's he's a very good player. $42 million is probably too much for him though. But
Yeah, now they do have some protection for Soto at least,
hmm
so that does help. Like
I think he fits very well into that lineup too.
they were very bare behind Soto
Hmm.
after this deal. So I definitely think that it'll be really interesting to see like how he ends up meshing with that Mets lineup, like with Soto and Lindor. Like it's still very top heavy. They still need more balance in it probably. It really
Hmm.
depends how Polanco does and if Vientos gets back to what he can do and like how Brady plays, and then Alvarez, like they need a lot of contributions from the middle of the order. And then what's Carson Bench gonna be, and then Tyrone Taylor is just like okay. So
Yeah.
they definitely are in an interesting spot. It's a good move for them, I guess, because like it's better than doing nothing than need a bat, but
Hmm.
it's a very questionable defensive fit at best.
Yeah. Do you think the Do you see the Mets going after Harrison Bader
Uh,
if they miss out on Bellinger?
yeah, I mean the thing is they do have Bench and they do have
Yeah.
well, Bench is a lefty, obviously, but they do have Taylor, who's kind of fills the Bader role.
Hmm.
But Bader could be better than Taylor, although we both kind of looked at some stuff that shows that Bader got pretty lucky last year. Like a lot of
Yeah.
regressions coming his way. That's probably why he's still a free agent at this point.
Hmm.
So I don't know how good he'll be for either team, but I know he's a good pro and works hard. It's just I don't know how well
Yeah.
that offensive skill set is gonna maintain going
Hmm.
into like his mid 30s or whatever he is now. Or like,
Hmm.
so I mean, I think that he could be in play for them though. That's why let's talk more about Austin Hayes, who I think is a guy that makes more sense for them, especially because the left field is a big hole for them right now. Hayes could make a sense for a Yankees target too if they miss out on Bellinger. The
Yep.
reason why we're bringing up Hayes is because they might miss out on Bellinger here.
Hmm.
So
I think we heard Hayes' name earlier in the offseason. I
both
think
teams have
linked
been
to the
linked to him,
Yankees.
yes. His WRC plus is 111 and 23, 97 and 24, and then 105 last year. He had solidified himself as a good, not great bat in the league. He doesn't have any stats that jump off the page, but he's been consistently league average for a while. His best season was 23 when he hit 275, 325, 444 with an OPS of 769 and the WRC plus of 111, like we said, in 444 games. He also had a 2 OIA, 5 FRV, and 5 DRS, but has yet to produce a net positive value since then. Yeah, Hayes is like he's a good platoon guy for either team, and both teams right now, as it stands, are outfielders short. Now, if the Yankees get back Bellinger, they're not going to need Hayes, obviously. If they don't, then you can obviously say then they might have a case for him, but
Yeah, so
we'll have to see. I can see him going to either team that doesn't get Bellinger, though. What do you think?
I mean, it's what I'm looking at right now. He's a very good fit. He'd be a very good fit on any team. Last year against lefties, he slashed 319, 400, 549 with a WRC plus of 155.
Yeah, he definitely is a lefty killer for sure.
Hmm.
Um,
But I think he's a very good bench piece. I think he'll continue to be a very good bench piece, however long he stays on the market. I mean,
I think it's probably not much longer. I think he's going to
yeah,
go right after Bellinger,
yeah,
probably.
yep.
I think he's waiting to see whoever doesn't get Bellinger. The other team's probably going to call him.
Him and Bader.
Yeah, Bader should go after Hayes, probably, I would
Yeah.
say. I think both New York teams are definitely in play for either player, obviously,
Hmm.
more so towards Hayes than Bader, most likely. But I heard some rumblings of Bader coming back to the Yankees, too, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
much more than that, because, like, I still think Bellinger is going to return, despite how annoying and long and boring this process has been.
Yeah. It's just back and forth. I mean,
And now Tucker's gone and Bellinger's and
yeah.
Bichette is gone, so there's less people around now. It's kind of just the Yankees and Bellinger slow playing it.
Yeah. I mean, right as those reports came in that the Yankees stepped away from negotiations with him and they weren't willing to go 7 years, I texted you that I think these is fake rumors and I think the Yankees are still getting Bellinger. I think.
Probably because they don't have any other options now because they
Yeah.
let everything else go. Number one, trading for, at least they showed they'll still do stuff, I guess, because they finally did a trade for another player, Ryan Weathers, that will be on the 40-man roster. I guess Kate Winquist counts too, kind of, but that's a Rule 5 pick. So, I
Caleb
mean,
Hort. What
yeah,
about
that one
Caleb
too.
Hort?
I forgot about that. Cade Winquist, Caleb Ort, there we go. Will the Yankees do more than signing Belly? I don't know, unfortunately, Chris. I can't say with much
Nobody knows.
confidence that I wish I could tell
We
you with
can't
better confidence that
we
that's a
can't even say
yes, but
confidently that we're signing Bellinger.
no, I think
That's
they
that's
actually will resign him. But I don't know, Chris. I mean, it's been a rough off season. The only way they can salvage this thing now is to trade for Freddie Peralta, probably, which is going to be very tough to do, like we've talked about multiple times. But that is the one guy that can kind of make the offseason better. As Joe's McFly said, doing nothing is crazy. Well, not only did they do nothing, the Blue Jays got better, Red Sox got better, and the Orioles got better.
the Orioles got a lot better.
The Blue Jays still did, even though they lost Bichette, obviously, but it's going to be different than what we thought. And there's no Tucker, so their expectations can maybe go down a peg. But the Red Sox got a whole rotation, basically. They got
Hmm.
Acevedo, who's like a back end guy. Gray. They got Ranger Suarez, and they traded for Wilson Contreras, but they lose Alex
Yeah,
Bregman. So how much? They're probably still better, I would say, because they gained a lot of
definitely.
pitching. Even though they lost some offense, they'll still have a full season of Roman Anthony and maybe
Hmm.
Marcelo Mayer. I don't know what his status will be, but now their infield's very open again since there's no Bregman. So we'll have to see how they want to navigate that. I mean, what else?
Have you seen Roman Anthony's baseball savant from last year? It's
I don't know if
crazy.
I did. I think I
It's
probably
crazy.
did briefly, but I just don't know what else to really do. Like, will they get a reliever that we're not thinking about? Maybe like the best starting pitcher to get is Freddie Peralta on the market, probably. That's realistic in the trade, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie Peralta and Mackenzie Gore,
Those are
really
still
the only
probably the
two.
two, unless
But
something else
Gore
comes
is going to
up.
be so expensive.
What about Chris Bubick from the Royals? He's could be a guy maybe, but that's another lefty,
Yeah,
and then you already got Weathers, so I don't know. I
he
think the
went down
Yankees need a
last year, right? Is he going to start the year on the IL?
Who Bubick?
Yeah,
I have to. I think I don't know. I have
he
to
had an
look.
arm injury last
I
year.
think he did. You're right. I'm trying to think who else will they do. I mean, they need a bench bat somewhere, maybe the righty hitter,
Hmm.
but they got back Rosario. They signed Nick Torres in the Mexican League.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I mean, will they do more? Yeah, but like I don't know how much more. Like,
bullpen. It's got to be bullpen. Our bullpen sucks right now.
well, they could use an extra piece out there. Technically, all the spots aren't full, but like I think only two of the guys have options in the bullpen right now. Maybe even less because of Weathers, but they can still figure out a way to open it up. The thing is, they
Mm,
gave Blackburn a guaranteed spot, which is very debatable because he doesn't have
yeah,
options. They gave him a major league deal.
yeah,
Yarbo doesn't have options. That's a major league deal. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. It
So
is.
like it's tough. They don't have that much wiggle room there.
They have Camilo, who I think is going to be good next year. I
And then
think he'll be good
he
for
has
them.
options, and then Jake Bird has
Yeah,
options. I don't.
Tim
Bednar
Hill.
isn't gonna need them, obviously. Fernando Cruz, I don't even know if he has any, or will he need them.
No, I don't think he has any.
Yeah, so like
Lasagna. Loiza going to the Astros. Did you see that?
I thought he went to the D-backs.
Was it the D backs?
I
Yeah, it was
thought
the D
so.
backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the D backs.
Phil Blackburn, future DFA candidate. Yeah, but they gave him
Definitely.
$2 million, so I don't know. They might not want to, unfortunately. Yeah, that's why the bullpen is not in a great spot at all, and they
Yeah.
haven't done much to address it, really.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess they kind of put Yarbo in the bullpen now with the Weathers move, in theory. There's still Headford, too. He's not bad.
Brent Hedrick.
Hedrick, yes,
Yeah,
Hedrick.
I like him. He had a really good K rate last year.
Obviously, there's Tim Hill, who's a beast.
Hedrick had a 32.6% K rate last
That's pretty surprising. No one would expect that.
year.
But yeah, no, Chris, it's been a terrible offseason, so let's not skin this kid anything differently. It's been god awful. Especially looking at how everything else has evolved around them, they've really done nothing to make themselves
Yeah,
much better,
and
honestly.
they let Luke Weaver and Devin Williams walk,
Yes,
which just
Chris
made
is
it
very
even more.
upset about Luke Weaver,
Yeah,
obviously. It's so is his favorite, but Devin Williams, another one that left on
yeah,
some mixed terms, but um, I think you haven't really replaced that production yet, unless if you think the
yeah. I
guys you
mean,
traded for are going to replace them.
not
They're
getting
like
at least one of those
Lindquist.
guys is back was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't really think they were
Because
going to spend money in the bullpen, but it
yeah,
was surprising how they both went to the Mets.
hmm.
I kind of figured one of them might maybe, but both of them was like, whoa.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be weird seeing them in the Subway Series.
yeah, it definitely will be. So another guy they were linked to actually loosely, I think it was after we were talking about it because we didn't bring it up. I think you probably heard this too. The Yankees were linked to Framber Valdez, but I don't see much coming in there. I think they just checked in, like the air
Yeah, I
quotes
think yeah
checked
they
in.
checked
Like
in.
I don't
Yeah.
really see much coming from that. Do I think the Mets could sign Valdez? Definitely, because like
Oh yeah.
they're
The Mets are
still in play for Bellinger too.
yeah
But I
they're
don't think they'll get him.
the Mets can get anybody.
They can get Valdez, but not Bellinger. I don't think.
Yeah. I don't think they go 7 years for Bellinger.
No, the Mets aren't
They
going to go
definitely
seven
don't
for
go
Bellinger.
7.
I'm very
They
surprised
may not even go 5.
I'm very
I don't.
surprised they got Bichette for 3,
I mean,
and
we're
they
seeing a
only
trend with
offered
these
Tucker for 4,
Yeah,
which
we're
was
seeing a
crazy to
trend with
me.
these Mets contracts. I mean, they're only 3 and lower.
Oh hell no on Valdez. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen anyway. But when you take a look at Zach Allen, Chris, because we're going to talk about Zach Allen next.
He's durable.
Valdez,
He's durable.
Yeah, Valdez, I think will be a Met probably at this point. The Mets are probably going to try to finish off their offseason with him and squeeze him for like 3 or 4 years or something
Yeah,
and get it done. Or the Orioles maybe can still get Valdez. But let's get to Zach Gallen. So Gallen, all right.
he didn't have a great season last
No,
year,
he did not, which is
but
probably why he's still out there. Um,
he didn't have a bad second half of the year. He had like a 3.9 in
since
the second half.
2022, he has 734 innings, which is third in the league. Very noteworthy and durable, like you said. A 3.63 ERA, a 13.2 F4, which is 11th, 743 Ks, which is 7th in baseball during this time, a 9.11 K per nine, 24.9 K percentage, 3.56 FIP, 2.62 walks per nine. Yeah, he's a workhorse. He rarely misses any starts and ends up on the IL ever. He's only been on there 4 times since entering the league since 2019. Last year was his worst by far, which is very unfortunate timing for him. He still made 33 starts, but it was two halves for him. He had a 5.20 in the first. In the second half, he became closer to his old self with a 3.97. Entering his age 30 season, Gallen is a solid middle rotation starting pitcher, but has the potential to be a top end guy in a lot of rotations.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, he's very durable, and that that's I like Gallen as a third starter, not for 5 years though. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
think
I would take him for like 4 or 3
yeah,
maybe,
3-4.
but I don't think they really want to spend money in the rotation right now, which is why I think that Peralta is going to be the outlet. But would you rather sign Gallen or do nothing? I'd probably rather sign him than do
Yeah,
nothing if I had to
definitely.
choose. If I couldn't get any guy in a trade, I'd probably rather sign
Because the
him.
rotation now does not look
Yeah, because
promising at
Weathers is
all.
very hit or miss if he can stay healthy. If
Hmm.
he's healthy, he'll be fine.
And we have a lot of guys that we could slot in the bullpen.
I actually do believe he'll be fine if he's healthy, but it's a huge
Hmm.
question mark if he's healthy.
Yeah,
So let's see what a contract could look like for Gallen. If we go more through Gallen, like I think all the stuff we said is obviously relevant. I remember that start he had at Yankee Stadium where he struck out like 12 or 13. Remember
in the beginning of the season.
all his breaking stuff was nasty.
Yeah,
And then
I
he
remember
just
that.
after that, like he really wasn't that good. I
Yeah,
was it was very odd, because I remember he had a bad start before that, I think, and there was like one good start, and then he had, I think it was sandwiches with a good start and a bad start.
that was the second series of the season, right?
Yeah, his
If I
curveball.
remember
Yeah,
back.
he probably got lit up the first time and then shoved the Yankees the second time. Then his curveball is very important here. 23% usage, right behind his fastball, changeup, slider, cutter, sinker. So he's really a fastball and a curve and a changeup guy at the end of the day. He uses a couple other things to get by. He averages around 95 with the fastball, and then the curve's around 80 or so, and the change is like 86. So
Gallon is a Boris client.
yes, he is a Boris client. Do you think he probably takes less than the deal Ranger Suarez got, right?
Hmm. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, you
Ranger,
would rather sign him than do nothing, right, Chris? I'm assuming so.
100%.
Yeah, he
I
is a
mean,
Boris
he's a
client.
good pitcher.
Yeah, the reason
He's
why he doesn't want Valdez is the cross-up incident. Yeah, that's a big thing.
That was probably my favorite moment of the season. Not the cross up, but Trent Grisham hitting that grand slam left
Oh
field
yeah,
there.
no, I mean that's like what's I think that's messing up for Amber right now. The
Hmm.
cross-up's really hurting him. I like Gallen as third starter, not for 5 years, though. Yeah, that's fair. So I could see the Angels landing Gallen, like I mentioned before. They've been very
Hmm.
quiet lately. I don't think the Mets will do Gallen. They're probably more focused on
Hmm.
Valdez.
Yeah, they definitely want production.
I wonder if the Orioles will take a look at Gallen.
I think they would, knowing his injury history. and how they get screwed over pitching injuries time and time again, I think they would like somebody like Zach Gallen.
The Cubs, I don't think so anymore because
Uh,
they got Cabrera, so
yeah,
probably not them. Wonder if the Padres would take a look at Gallen.
Padres have been pretty quiet this offseason.
Yeah, their finances are kind of mysterious, but they
Yeah,
did
because
squeeze in Mike King somehow.
yeah, I wish the Yankees got. I loved him. He was my favorite
Yeah,
like
they
prospect.
didn't even try to get him back really,
Hmm.
but
Matt Blake can do wonders with Gallen. I agree with that. Gallen has a great fastball. Gallen's fastball is very good.
Matt Blake can do wonders with Gallen. Yeah, he probably could. He has a lot of good breaking stuff, like I mentioned, mainly the curveball. Um, I think Gallen could still be very good. He just had like a bad year or like a bad few months last year. He's been good for a while, so
Mm,
I don't think he completely forgot how to pitch. Maybe he could have had a bad contract year or something,
yeah,
but
Gallen in 2023, he had a 25.4 fastball run value. 25.4. That's crazy. And then, yeah, I mean, I think Matt Blake could do very well with Gallen. Gallen could be our third over Keel. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, somebody's getting bumped out of the rotation later in the year. The rotation's going to mix up a lot with
yeah, well, right
Cole,
now it's gonna be
Rodon,
what? It's
Schmidt,
gonna be Freed. It's gonna be Schlittler, Heel, Warren, Weathers, and that's your five right now. Yeah,
and then we're going to have three coming in.
Callan could be third starter over Heel. Yeah, I mean he could definitely be in that mix. If you want fully healthy, it would be Gallon. It would be Cole, Rodon, Freed, Schlittler, and then Gallon. Wow.
Yeah, I hope Schmidt can bounce back well.
Yeah, me too.
He's very good consistently.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he gets in the second half of the year. It's a shame he went down last year. Gets very underappreciated and forgotten because like
Hmm.
he was pitching really well. He was finally starting to come into his own. That's the thing with Clark. Like just when it all starts to look together, like something
Yeah,
always happens. Unfortunately.
A- and he knew it prior to him getting pulled from that Blue Jays star. It was the Blue Jays, right? He got pulled from the Blue Jays.
I think it was Blue Jays. Yeah,
Yeah, he was pitching on it before. It was very unfortunate for that to happen. He's a very good pitcher. I really like Clark.
yeah.
He ended with a 3.32 ERA. Yeah, and it was that Blue Jays start.
All right, here we go. Unless deal is in place, MLB is going to lock out. Fuck, hold on. I just had a tweet. Unless deal is in place, MLB is going to lock out in 27. Owners want a salary cap. They look at all the other sports. They see why do they have it? We don't. Stanley salary cap will bring some semblance of competitive balance to the game. Players don't want to limit earning power.
Yeah,
That was this afternoon from Passon. Apparently, like someone aggregated it from him. So that's what we're up against in this season once the Dodgers go the three-peat. And baseball is becoming like less palatable, unfortunately.
yeah,
A lot of teams know they have no chance coming into the season,
yeah.
but a lot of that
Unfortunately,
is
they're all
because
gone.
of the way their owners operate. But some of it is out of their control too. Like some people are just cheap because like they just don't want to spend money. Some people just can't even come close to competing with the Dodgers. It's just like a fine line of both.
Yeah, I mean, the most part of it is the owners not wanting to compete because if you had all 30 owners wanting to compete and wanting to be good, the Dodgers wouldn't get all of the players.
That's another issue as well. Yeah, no one else is willing to go to the levels they're
Yeah.
willing to go, which is like
And
not on
then
them, it's on the other owners.
yeah, and then the Dodgers got so good and it's like all the players now want to, oh look, I'm going to go to the Dodgers and win a ring.
Yeah, it's too easy now. Like no
It's
one's
what
gonna
Edwin
stop
Diaz
them.
did.
Yeah.
It's Kyle Tucker did. I mean, it's smart.
Yeah, it definitely is. For them at least. But Clark is the only starter in the Yankees that throws a knuckle curve. Yup,
I thought
sure
I thought
is.
Cole throws the knuckle curve.
Oh yeah, he might a little bit actually. Or maybe not the knuckle
Let's see.
curve, but there is some type of curve he throws though.
Yeah, I'll see right now. Pitch.
He's going that light, that light.
Yeah, he throws a knuckle curve. Throws it 20% of the time too. That's a great pitch right there. I miss watching Garrett Cole pitch.
Well, coming soon, we'll see. It's to
Yeah.
be June or July. So what contract number do you think Allen will land? Like around what number?
Mm. Do you think? I think he'll go long term. I think he'll go like. How long do you think he'll go?
4 years maybe,
Four.
like
Well, yeah,
four for
four,
like 80
5.
something, or like four for
Yeah,
100.
four for 100 sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. What team were you putting him on?
Hmm. I think I gotta go Orioles. I think the Orioles can sign him. They need starting pitchers very badly, and they need starting pitchers that can stay healthy very badly.
Yeah, I'll stick with the Angels for now, but I don't feel great
Yeah.
about it just because like it was my pick, and they haven't they haven't done it, haven't switched it yet. I feel like the Tigers could use him too. They won't get him probably, but they could use another
Yeah.
starter to help out Scooble.
What have the Tigers done this offseason?
All they did was get like Kenley Jansen and bring back Finnegan, and they signed like
Yeah.
a KBO arm they used to have. Like they signed two between guys, like bullpen guys or starters.
Oh,
Yeah, they haven't got any bats though, which is what I thought they needed more than pitching. Although they definitely need some pitching too, but quiet off season for them for the most part.
quite a off season for a lot of teams.
Yeah, maybe they'll make some trades still. I feel like the trade market could definitely heat up still, like since the
Hmm.
free agency started its eye a little bit. There's definitely still some mid tier players I thought about too, like the Marcelo Zunas, like the Harrison Baders you were
Yeah,
talking
I mean,
about, like the Eugenio Suarez's of the worlds, like they're all
Marcelo
still
Ozuna was
out
in
there.
MVP conversations
Hot
just a
take
couple of years ago.
Gallen goes to the Braves. Yeah, the Braves are fishing for some arms. It's possible. Like I know they definitely tried for Ranger Suarez. They were interested in Nemai. Like they're trying for Framber, I think. So it's
Where
not
do you think
impossible.
of Marcelo Ozuna lands?
Pirates maybe the Pirates need a type of hitter like Ozuna. I
Yeah.
want to see the Pirates get Suarez or Ozuna and Henio, not Ranger, obviously.
Hmm. I could see Eugenio going to Boston.
Yeah, that's in play too. The Mets were in play before the Bichette deal, I think. Now there's no chance he goes there, obviously.
Yeah, I was so surprised with that Bo Bichette deal. I mean, I thought he was locked going to the Phillies, and then the Mets snatched that
Well,
like
they
out the
were
cover.
apparently, and then they just gave him a
Yeah.
crazy number for 3 years. He couldn't say no to, I guess, because
Mm,
like the Blue Jays, the Phillies offer was for 200, but it was 4 years more, so it was like he's
yeah.
74 million less for only 4 years less. So I
I mean,
guess that's why he
Bo
took
Bichette's
it.
banking on himself.
Yeah, because like if he does it again, he could make more than the 4 for 84 maybe if he plays well.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then Kyle Tucker's banking on himself too, but that's a lot of money for 4 years.
Yeah, that's a ton of money. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is what me and your Blue Jays friends that came on. He said he could end up like Anthony Rendon, and now that he gets all this money, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll actually end up like that, but I know people are worried about
Yeah,
that. So now we'll find out, I guess.
I mean,
But
the guy's an athlete.
yeah, and he also like he's gonna have a much better environment than Rendon had in the Angels. The
Yeah.
Angels is a very easy environment to mail out and quit. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
the Dodgers is the opposite of that. So like you have a team that's trying to win every day. So like if he's not dogging it, like they'll
Yeah.
that's not gonna look good. But we'll see. Maybe he doesn't like baseball as much as we think. I don't know, because like it was
Hopefully
odd
not.
how he ended up having to settle for that short term deal like that.
Honestly, if the Dodgers are gonna ruin baseball, just ruin it all the way. I hope they break all the records this year.
We'll
I
have to
mean,
see what happens. They I don't know if they'll break any records, but they'll definitely have a chance at three-peating. Like, because like they don't
Yeah,
take the regular season seriously enough to win 117 games. I don't think.
yeah,
I
I could definitely see
I'd
that.
be
And
shocked if they did.
with all those injuries they deal with as well during the regular season.
Yeah, so I don't know if they'll make any type of history during the season, but definitely some playoff records and some three-peating could be in their
Yeah.
future. It's like the sport's in a tough spot for parity, like I said right
Hmm.
now. Even though it was a close World Series, like teams don't feel very much hope right now. There's only a handful of teams I think that could actually win a World Series,
Hmm.
and the Yankees aren't one of them, in my opinion, at this moment in time.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know some people feel differently, but I don't really think they have a good chance right now.
to put it into perspective, we kind of just saw the 2017 Warriors get KD, and then they just added like James Harden to that 2017 Warriors team.
Yeah, and then like also like I don't really think the Mets have a good chance either. But while we're at it, because like
Yeah.
they need a lot of help with their pitching still. Like
Hmm.
if they got Framber Valdez and help the bullpen a little bit, it might feel better.
Yeah.
The Yankees need to get like a Peralta type and get some type of righty bench bat somewhere to make me feel better. And that's assuming Bellinger returns, because I'm guessing he will. If he doesn't, then I guess you go sign Austin Hayes and then you get some more pitching. I don't know.
Who do you think right now has the best chances against the Dodgers head to head 7 game series?
Blue Jays still probably.
In the NL, in the NL.
Oh, that's tough.
That
Not
is tough.
Mets right now.
Mm.
Cubs maybe, because they did
Yeah,
get Bregman and Edward Cabrera,
yeah.
so maybe Cubs. I
They could have
guess.
a really good pitching staff.
I
That
don't
pitching
trust the
staff,
Brewers in October, so I'm not gonna say
yeah.
Brewers.
I mean, that Cubs pitching staff could be very, very
It
good.
might be Cubs. Could it be Braves? The Braves short up a couple things with
Mm-hmm.
getting some closers in there
Strider,
with
we'll
Suarez.
see how Strider is next season.
Yeah, I mean, Padres and D-backs and Giants seem a little bit far away from me still. They would have to do
Mm-hmm.
some more stuff. I mean, Arenado doesn't move the needle anymore, really, for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and the Padres lost Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah, the Padres are kind of sputtering a little bit, even though they got King back.
Hmm.
They need some offense.
Yeah, but
They, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would say
yeah,
Cubs are in
Padres
that
still stink.
conversation. Padres if they got some more bats or something, but it's going to be tough for them. I mean,
Hmm.
Mets if they shore up a couple things, I guess. Phillies got back real Muto, arguably the same team for the most part. They did it's always Garcia and added
Yeah,
some bullpen pieces.
seems like they went from Bo to Realmuto very fast. So probably means that they don't have a lot of more stuff to do in free agency.
Yeah, because they didn't get back Ranger Suarez either,
Yeah.
so they're not going to even replace him. Probably they might use Painter,
Hmm.
which is possible.
Painter's coming off a pretty bad injury, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure he's coming off of Tommy John.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's coming off Tommy John.
someone said I wish the Yankees were profitable as an organization so they can sign free agents. Oh, we do have one question I should answer. Yeah, that was kind of just made me laugh. I wish it would show up in the Twitter feed. Oh, it does. It does if they comment underneath it, but this one wasn't underneath. But I will answer because it's definitely a valid question. Okay. Good thing I checked before we left because I do want to get going soon.
But yeah,
You'll like the question too. Unfortunately, I don't have a great answer for it. I wish I had a better answer for it, but it's a good question. Very valid. Okay, what's going on with Freddie Peralta? Are they close at all? Well, I mean, realistically speaking, no, they're not.
probably not.
But
I mean,
Hold on. No, I don't like it that way.
Cashman said out loud that he would only trade Spencer Jones for Paul Skeens. So he said that with a conscious brain. He said that consciously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't think they're close at all per se, but the Yankees are very much trying to get him. Yes, like we've heard
Yeah.
this multiple times over the past few months. Like there is definitely some conversation going on there. Like I've said in the past, and like I think you heard me say, and what Jacob was on, and he did some great work. He nailed the Bregman and Bichette
Mhm.
signing
He
basically, and
did.
then he also said that he kind of explained some of the issues with Tucker, and like he ends up getting a short-term deal. But so the Yankees and Brewers made this deal before last year, except it was for Devin Williams. So it's definitely possible they could recircle the wagon here and try to do it again. But it's a deep competition pool. I would say the Red Sox are not involved anymore since they got Ranger Suarez, so that's probably good news. I guess if you're looking at it that way. The Orioles could be in here. The Braves could be poking around. I think they've been mentioned. I know the Giants have been mentioned. The Cubs probably not because it's the division and they no. Those are probably like the main contenders for him. I know
Yeah,
Houston was
man.
mentioned too before they got him by.
It would probably take a Lagrange or one of them, an ERC, a Lagrange, not a Schlittler, definitely not a Schlittler because he's a rental, but it would definitely take some of the top end prospects. And we saw last year, Devin Williams wasn't really the best trade for us. He had like a 4 ERA, and Caleb Durbin was in the top of the rookie leaderboards at the end of last season. Caleb Durbin was also coming off an Arizona Fall League breakout player of the year that year.
Yeah, he was. It is a different situation to your point, like you
Yeah,
said, but I definitely think that it's something possible still. But it's going to be tough competition because a lot of teams want him.
yeah, it is.
So
I mean, he's a great pitcher. He's an ace pitcher. He's a
yeah,
pitcher you could trust.
he's the guy that would make me feel a lot better with the Yankees offseason as a whole.
Yeah,
He would be like a top three in the rotation when everyone's fully healthy. He could possibly jump over Rodon or Schlittler in the rotation. Probably Schlittler because of the experience and everything. And the Rodon, like you might
yeah.
trust him more, but
I'm excited to watch Schlittler next season.
yeah, it should be good. Like that'll be one positive step for the Yankees to see
Yeah,
how he develops. But they, like I said, they just need the offensive help, and they don't. They haven't really helped themselves offensively. Like I know they had a good year during the regular season, but it like wasn't good in
hmm
October, and they've done nothing to rectify that at all. So
yeah. I mean,
I don't
I'm
know.
al- I'm also I'm skeptical about how the Blue Jays offense will be because we saw guys stepping up, and we see that a lot in the playoffs. But you know, next year, it's always next year. And well, how is Ernie Clement gonna do? I mean, he broke the postseason hits record.
Yeah,
How are guys like Andres Jimenez gonna do? I
Nathan
mean,
Luke's.
hmm
I do wonder how Okamoto's gonna look now that there's no more
yeah,
Bichette. All eyes are gonna be on Okamoto,
hmm
so we'll see what he could do.
yeah. I mean, I'm very excited to see how the AL East pans out next year because I feel like it's gonna be very competitive.
Yeah, I think it will be too. All right, so I'll throw everything up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Julian Gallardi working on some more stuff behind the scenes for the podcast. So, still trying to get into audio files. Not quite there yet, but we will. Maybe some pages for the show too eventually. But X is Julian Gallardi 1. Instagram's Julian Gallardi 11. On TikTok, you search my name. Thanks for watching. Sub to the channel. I really appreciate it. Oh, if you wanted to give any of your informations,
Oh,
you could.
um, well, my Twitter. I'll show my Twitter. My Twitter is Jared underscore GOLDS
Oh, next time I could just have you
23.
screen share it if you want.
Oh yeah. Wait, can I
Actually, yeah, I could do it for you maybe. I should give you the
allow
access to the
share?
backstage, actually.
Allow to share screen.
That's what I should do next time. Maybe I should just. Oh, yeah, you could do that. Go ahead. It's coming. I see it. Just zoom in on it.
Is it there?
Yeah, I can see it, but zoom in on it maybe so we can see it better.
I can't. I can't cause there we go. Is that better?
A little bit. It's still tough.
It's all right. We'll see it. All right. Well, that's my Twitter.
It's Jared underscore Golds 23.
Yeah.
Unless anyone has any more questions. I mean, we have four people here, but we kind of talked about everything, so I don't know.
Yeah. I
I
mean, if they
wish there
got
was more stuff to
questions.
discuss. It's just the Yankees are spinning in circles doing nothing still. And
Yeah, and you saw Steve Cohen's tweet last night.
yeah, that got some good attention from Met fans.
Yeah.
He said there's smoke, and then he ends up losing them to the Blue Jays. No, to the Dodgers. It is crazy how the Blue Jays had the highest offer, and they were used as the bridesmaids again, though.
Wait, what was the Blue Jays offer? I didn't see the Blue Jays offer.
No, I don't know what it actually was, but everyone kept saying they'll go the highest length in the amount of
Uh,
years, like over and
yeah,
over again. Like
yeah,
people were like, oh, he might take 300 or 400 to go to Toronto. Whoops.
yeah. Shohei's on the plane to Toronto.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Someone was starting to get those vibes yesterday too. They're like, he's not gonna be a Blue Jay. Like this feels like
Yeah.
Shohei's on the plane again.
And did you see that the burner Twitter account guy,
Which one?
Anthony Diacomo? Apparently there's an Anthony Diacomo burner account, and it's just like he posted 3 days before before Juan Soto signed. He posted the exact numbers to the Mets,
Wow, I didn't know that.
and people think it's Anthony DiComo's burner account
It's so funny.
because it's just named Anthony, and all he's following is Anthony, John Heyman, Ken Rosenthal, and like all those guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was International Signing Day. The Yankees had a rough go there.
Yeah.
They lost the sign to the Mets. That wasn't great. So, I mean, we'll see what else happens in terms of plans for next week. We'll probably try to get back on the. Well, we did get two in this week, but
Yeah, we
I
did.
wasn't expecting to really. Next team, we'll try to make two more solidified. We'll see
Yeah.
what news
Hopefully
breaks.
more.
Well, I guess Bellinger will be one whenever that
Yeah.
is. It's got to be
Whenever
soon, you would
Bellinger
think.
is.
And then after that, who knows? Everything else is like all up in the air. Like all the
Maybe Freddie
others,
Peralta, but that won't happen for
or like Valdez or Gallen or something. But
yeah.
those are smaller than Peralta, or like some other big trade we're not thinking about. Maybe.
Jared Duran.
Yeah,
But
that's one. That's a name, but